Hello and welcome to Grapple Games TV. This is Josh Fozzard. In tonight's Friday Night Magic match, we have Anthony playing versus Cassidy. Anthony is playing a Mardu Midrange type deck, and Cassidy is playing a black-white Warriors deck. So Anthony leads off the mountain, and Cassidy is Swamp, playing out his Blood-Soaked Champion. 2-1 that can't block, also has a raid ability that can bring it back from the graveyard to the battlefield. Anthony plays his second mountain, Cassidy with Plains, playing out Chief of the Edge, giving other warriors +1/+0. Blood-Soaked is a warrior, so he will swing in for 3, dropping Anthony down to 17 life. Alright, Anthony plays down Urborg. Doesn't have anything to cast yet, so he passes the turn. Cassidy lays down another Swamp. And we'll swing in for 6, knocking Anthony down to 11 life. Looks like Anthony's got Wingmate, Perforos, Stoke. Cassidy's playing out Seeker of the Way. 2/2 with Prowess. And Prowess triggers, he gets +1 in lifelink. Also, I believe, a warrior. Looks like Anthony misses land drop. Still can't cast anything in his hand. Alright, Cassidy lays down another Swamp. Swings in for 3, 6, 9. Before damage, looks like he's casting Feat of Resistance, puts a +1 counter on Seeker of the Way, Prowess trigger, and that should be enough to take out Anthony. So Anthony did have a Thoughtseize, but he was getting killed so fast, couldn't cast it. Alright, so we are moving on to Game 2 after sideboards. So Anthony leads off with his Temple of Triumph. Gets top card of Scry, shifts it to the bottom. Cassidy leads off with Caves of Koilos. We'll be paying a life to cast Tormented Hero. He comes in tapped, and he's got a heroic ability. Whenever you target him, your opponent loses life, and you gain a life. It's also a 2/1 body. Anthony plays the Bloodstained Mire, cracks it to go get a land. Looks like he'll be passing turn after that. Alright, so we got a Plains, Chief of the Edge again, giving +1 to other warriors. Tormented Hero is a warrior, so he's a 3/1 now. So he'll swing in for 3, bringing Anthony down to 16 life after that fetch land. Alright, so we got 3 red for Anthony. He's going to play Goblin Rabble Master.
Beginning my combat phase, put a 1/1 goblin token out with haste, and all other goblins have to attack this turn if able. Each attack
He pops out goblins and forces other goblins to attack, and then gets stronger when he attacks with other goblins.
He doesn't have these. But we'll say, so entering combat or beginning of combat, put a goblin.
So here I think Anthony's explaining what
So if I swing
Goblin Rebel Master does to Cassidy.
+1/+0 for every other goblin.
So right now he only has to attack with the 1/1 goblin, and then Chief of the Edge will slaughter the goblin. The lone goblin come charging at him. Alright, Temple of Silence gives Cassidy a scry. And looks like he's leaving that on top. So it looks like Cassidy is swinging in with both his creatures. Total of 6 damage. Drops Anthony to 10 life. And then Cassidy plays out a pair of Mardu Hate Blades. 1/1 guys that can gain Death Touch. Alright, a Temple of Malice comes down for Anthony. He's playing Chain to the Rocks. Exiles a creature and locks it to one of his mountains. So he's taking out the Chief of the Edge there.
It's just if you destroy this, this enchantment goes away, and then you get your creature back. Beginning of combat.
Anthony is going to combat, making a goblin. And it looks like before he declares attackers, he is using those creatures to stoke the flames on the Tormented Hero. Cassidy lays down Swamp. There, so we got Cassidy playing Despise. I get a look at Anthony's hand. Doesn't look like he has any creatures, but he does have Utter End and a couple lands. So we have Cassidy tapping 3 mana. Or maybe not. Alright, so he is playing out Herald of Torment, 3/3 flyer that can be bestowed. It will force him to lose life on his upkeep, though. And then we got the 2/1/1 swinging in, bringing Anthony down to 8 life. Anthony's going to play a second Chain to the Rocks on the Herald. Got 2 different creatures chained to 2 different mountains. Looks like he drew a mountain, so or he must have drawn the chain. So we'll go to combat. Brings out another goblin, and the Rebel Master will swing in with his 2 goblins, so he'll get +2/+0. So he'll swing in for 4, 5, 6. Brings Cassidy down to 11 life. So Cassidy plays a Banishing Light on the Chain to the Rocks, getting back his Chief of the Edge.
Does it enter the battlefield and take control at the beginning of your turn?
So now the Mardu Hateblade is a 2/1, so he'll swing in for 2, dropping Anthony down to 6. Cassidy leaves back the other one for a blocker. Then he has black mana up to give it Death Touch. So it looks like Anthony drew his Butcher of the Horde. So he's casting the Butcher.
Why do that when you can use a lot of
Flying, and you can sack a creature to give it Vigilance, Haste, or Lifelink. So he'll go to combat, make a goblin. And then he could sack any number of those goblins to the Butcher. So it looks like he's going to sack all 3 of them, give him Haste, Vigilance, and Lifelink. So he'll fly over for 5 damage, gaining 5 life in the process. So Anthony's now at 11, Cassidy at 6.
That's one way to do it.
Okay. So, and he does other stuff too. How to play the drums.
I want to learn how to do that.
How to make a category.
Alright, so black and white for another chief. So all the warriors are getting +2. And then each of the chiefs is each getting +1. So he'll be a 4. So Anthony will take that 4, drop him to 7. Temple of Silence for Anthony. Scrying it to the bottom. And it looks like Anthony still has Urborg and an Utter End. So he's going to sack the Goblin to Butcher. Looks like maybe giving it Lifelink. So that'll drop Cassidy to 1. Anthony's back up to 12. And if Cassidy could get everything through, he would still have lethal. But Anthony does have the Utter End and a Goblin Rebel Master to block.
Oh, that's common. Oh, yeah. You got the box?
I didn't even realize I could have technically killed him with this on stage. Messed it up.
16 cents.
Coolest win ever.
All right, so he swings in with the team. And that's 14 damage. So Anthony plays the other end on one of the chiefs, exiling it. And then blocks the remaining one. And he'll take 4 from the 2 hate blades, and then next turn Anthony will swing in with Butcher and win the game. So we're 1-1 now, moving on to game 3.
If I lost this third, I'm not gonna lie, that would have been the worst choice I've ever made.
Alright, Cassidy leads off with Plains. Anthony puts down Temple of Silence and Scries.
I'm coming after you, man. I'm coming after you.
Swamp for Cassidy.
First game again.
And it looks like Cassidy has Seeker of the Way there, so he'll play that. Anthony plays his Mountain and then casts Despise. So we got, looks like 2 Spirit of Heliod's, a Chief of the Edge, and Spirit Bonds, I think the last card is. A Dark Betrayal. So Anthony getting rid of the Warrior buff. And here Cassidy drew a second Seeker. Alright, swings in for 2 with a Seeker. Anthony's expecting some sort of prowess trigger. And instead he gets his second Seeker of the Way. Alright, Urborg off the top of the deck. So we got 3 mana for Goblin Rabble Master. And he'll make a Goblin and then just run into the Seeker, so passes on. Cassidy's playing a Temple of Silence. Scry's the top card. Looks like it's a Tormented Hero. Decides not the card he needs, puts it on the bottom. Then he'll cast Spirit Bonds for 2 mana. Get prowess triggers for the Seekers. 3/3 life linkers. Coming in, 6 damage. Cassidy bringing Cassidy up to 26.
What the frick? That's not even cool. Anyways.
Anthony casts Thoughtseize. Paying 2 life. Got the 2 Spears and a Dark Betrayal left there.
I know, I already knew what was in there. That was the problem.
So Anthony takes 1 of the Spears. Goes to combat. Gets a Goblin. Swings in for 4. Or no, just 1. Leaving the Rebel Master back on defense. Looks like he's got a Hordling Outburst in hand, missing another red mana source for that. So 3 mana for Cassidy. We've got the Spear of Heliod, giving all of his creatures a +1/+1 boost. Also a prowess trigger. So we got 4/4 Seekers swinging in. Anthony throws out 2 soldiers in front of him. So Cassidy will still gain 8 life, but Anthony lives. Stays at 10. Alright, so we got a second Goblin Rabble Master. Combat, he'll get 2 goblins swinging with Rabble Master, so he's getting +3. So a total of 8. Cassidy's back down to 25 life. When you have 2 Goblin Rabble Masters, they do both force each other to swing. Fortunately, one of them right now has Summoning Sickness. Alright, so Cassidy cast Tormented Hero, +1 white to get a Spirit token also from Spirit Bonds.
Yeah, we get.
Looks like he's trying to calculate how big those Goblin Rabble Masters will be next turn. So they'll pop out 2, so they'll both get +5. So that is 14 plus the 2 plus the 5 goblins, so 19 damage. Quite a bit of damage. Cassidy has the Dark Betrayal in his hand. Fortunately, nothing on his opponent's side of the field to target. It looks like he is Dark Betrayaling his own Tormented Hero, just to get the prowess trigger, but also he gets the heroic trigger, so he'll gain 1 and Anthony will lose 1. Then we'll swing in 4 4s with the spear. So Rabble Master will block 1. Other one gets through, dropping Anthony down to 5 life. And looks like we have Murderous Cut in Anthony's hand. So the 3/1/1s must attack. 4, actually. And then Cassidy draws 3 for a Banishing Light, 2 prowess triggers, and so we got 4 4s plus 1 spirit token attacking. Anthony will play Murderous Cut, but still that is 5 damage getting through. That will do it. Alright, so Cassidy has won the match. Anthony showing there he could have made a lot more goblins if he just had 1 more red mana source. And there it is. Alright, that's the way it goes sometimes. Alright, hope you enjoyed these games. Once again, this is Josh Foster with Grapple Games TV. If you like our videos, please thumbs up, leave your comments below, and otherwise we'll see you again next week.